here, guys, you tell me, what's this? That's it. Remember, get the model, don't get me.
Yeah.
So this right here, if I'm pointing right here and I say, what chamber is this? What are you going to say? Right atrium. This chamber here. Right ventricle. This chamber here. Left atrium, this chamber here. Now, guys, make sure you know them from this angle as well. You know, I could say, what's this chamber in here? And it's right ventricle, right atrium, left ventricle. All right, so know them, you know, both ways. Now, also, just to point it out, if I point to this wrinkled stuff here on the right atrium, I say, what structure is this? What do we tell me? It's the auricle. Same thing over here. That's the left atrial auricle. Okay, so moving down here. Oh, the interventricular septum is this whole middle section here. Okay, it divides the ventricles. And then we get into the conduction system. So first is the SA node, which is in this upper wall here of the right atrium. What number is that there? Is that the using?
32.
So that's SA node. And then what's this guy right over here? AV node. And then from there we go into the bundle of His. Now remember, the bundle of His, which then leads to the right and left bundle branches, is in the interventricular septum. The bundle of His starts out first. It's just this white solid line up here, this white thick solid line. You know, left. They don't have to do left or right. So that's bundle of His. Once we see these branches come off, these white line branches, now we're the bundle branches. So just give me a right or left bundle branch. Obviously, right bundle branch here, left bundle branch on the other side. Then when we get down into the lateral walls of the ventricles, what do we call those now? Purkinje fibers. That's okay. Purkinje fibers. So remember, it's really by location, right? If we're way up at the top, we're a bundle of His. When we're in the interventricular septum with the branching, it's the bundle branches, and then we get into lateral walls, it's Purkinje fibers. Okay, then the valves come next. So what valve is this right here? Okay, well, you can give me two different answers. Tricuspid is fine. But if you're going to give me AV, though, you got to give me the right AV valve. Yeah, make sure you give me the right one. And then this one right here. Left.
Sorry.
That's okay, you're right.
Yeah, okay.
Correct, I should say. Left AV valve, or what's the other names for that? Or
Mitral?
mitral, yeah, well, three names. I'll take either one, whichever one you guys like. Okay, now guys, notice these little string-like structures coming off the valve. What's this string-like structure called? It's who? Chordae tendineae. Now the chordae tendineae is attached to some special type of muscle inside the ventricle, represented by these red little flaps right here. There's three of them on this side, two of them on the left side. What do we call that muscle? That's the papillary muscle, which is a special type of muscle that we find inside the ventricle called trabeculae carnae. That's these raised muscle bundles here, even on here as well. So it's trabeculae carnae, the raised muscle bundles inside the ventricles. The papillary muscle is a special type of that muscle that's connected to the chordae tendineae, which is connected to the valve, prevents the valve from blowing in backwards under load. Okay, so that's the vessels next. Oh, I'm sorry, I got to do the other two valves. So what valve is this right here? Pulmonary semilunar. Remember, you can't just give me semilunar. It's got to be pulmonary semilunar. Leading into this structure here. What is this then? Pulmonary trunk, I'll accept, or what's the other answer?
Superior vena cava?
No, not that. It's going to the lungs, so it's a pulmonary away from the heart, pulmonary artery. Now, technically speaking, you're right. That is pulmonary trunk, but it quickly becomes pulmonary artery. I'll take either one.
Okay.
Now, underneath the bicuspid in the left side, kind of hard to see, but if you get under there, there's the semilunar. I don't know if you guys could see it. It's under there. Which semilunar is that?
Aortic.
Aortic semilunar, which leads to this ascending aorta, which leads to this, aortic arch, which leads to this, descending aorta, bonus point. It's a trick. This is a trick. Brachiocephalic, and then over here is your left subclavian. And who can tell me what that one is? That's a trick. Yeah, the carotid. Yeah, that's a tricky one. Actually, it's really a lot of times these two look fused together, but on the model it's not. Okay, so we go. Let's talk about the pulmonary circulation, right? So we go through the pulmonary trunk, pulmonary artery, go to the lungs, exchange our gases. Now we're coming back to left atrium, and we come through these two guys. What are they?
Pulmonary veins.
Pulmonary veins. Okay. All right. Now, the other thing we point out. Let me go down the list here. Oh, okay. What feeds into the right atrium? Well, we have this vessel here, superior vena cava, and that's from the up, like above the lungs, so down here. Inferior vena cava, and then inside here, draining the coronary or the cardiac muscle circulation. It's a little tiny red dot. What's in there?
Coronary sinus.
Coronary sinus. Remember, the coronary sinus is draining the heart tissue itself into the right atrium. Okay, so superior vena cava, papillary muscle did, coronary tendon, coronary did. The right and left coronary arteries. So we need to close this up. There we go. So if I'm pointing to this vessel right here, what am I pointing to? It's on the right side, right coronary artery. And then if I'm pointing to right up here, left coronary artery. That's it. Now again, you guys go to the rest of these, like the marginal branch and all the rest of these from the diagram standpoint, but that'll be it for the model. Aside from this blue guy right here, which is the great cardiac vein. And, that's it. We did the oracles. That's it.